Shall we say it?
Go on.
1, 2, 3.
VTEC kicked in, yo! Hello guys, and welcome back to Car Obsession. So, you join me in my new EP3 JDM Civic Type R.
Woo woo!
Those words still feel a bit weird to come out of my mouth. This is thanks to the legend that is Patsy, my wife. I'm sure regular viewers will know who Patsy is.
Pull them.
It's actually been quite some time since you've been on the channel, hasn't it? We've been quite busy with life, haven't we?
Yes.
And yeah, and obviously you've not been feeling too great. But yes, it's good to have you back on the channel. So, hopefully by now you should know that I enlisted Patsy and good friend of the channel PocketRockets to find me a replacement for the Ibiza, and the whole thing was a complete surprise, although I should have guessed that you would have gone for an EP3 Type R. Who,
me?
Yes, you.
Whatever gave you that impression?
So this isn't technically my first drive, so I don't want to sound clickbaity, but it's my first YouTube drive on this. It's my first YouTube drive on this channel, so yeah, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. This is actually my third drive.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Yeah. But yes, I wanted to give you my first impressions of the car. This video won't have a lot of production value, I'm afraid, because the sun is setting. I've shoehorned this video into the end of our day. And he
likes to jam pack as much in as possible, does our Aaron?
I've not had lunch either, so I'm starving. Anyway,
would you like some dairy milk dark chocolate? Would you like some 30% less sugar Frutella?
I'm okay for the time being. I'll have some later. Anyway, enough about food. On to the car. So yes, not only have I got a JDM EP3 Type R, but it is a facelift, which, if you know anything about JDM Type Rs, you will know a facelift is very hard to come across.
This was one of the last off the production line, just to give you some sort of context.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
When Torque GET, who obviously you will mention in the video a little bit,
yeah.
When they registered this car in the UK to obviously obtain a UK number plate for registration purposes,
yeah,
they came back to me and said, oh, this is one of the last batch ever produced.
Wow, that's a pretty big deal. So this car was imported to the UK by Torque GT. Now I have dealt with Torque GT in the past, but for this particular car, obviously I had no dealings of what was going on, because the whole point was this was going to be a surprise. But I would thoroughly recommend Torque GT if you're looking to import the car into the UK. And the weird thing is, yes, I know I'm changing up early, bear with me, I'm still getting used to the car. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, the weird thing is, this car was actually made in the UK. It was made in Swindon alongside the UK version of the Civic Type R, but this was only for the Japanese market. So JDM, if you don't know, is Japanese domestic market. Sorry, I'm just going to shut up for a few moments. Hopefully I get a straight bit of road. It's all twisties, fine. I will continue what I was going to say. So you may think, well, why go through the extra effort and expense of getting on your side of your road, of getting a JDM EP3 as opposed to just getting a UK one? Well, there are some differences, of course. The most obvious one, by looking at the car, is the paint. So this car is finished in championship white, which is only made available for the JDM market and not the European domestic market. So that is the biggest difference to look at, alongside the white alloys. The alloy design is the same, but I want a straight bit, so I get a bit of VTEC, but the colour is different. It matches the body colour of the car. But there's more than that. So this has the same gearbox and engine out of a DC5 Integra Type R. Weirdly enough, the number plate on this is DC5, which that is a pure coincidence, isn't it?
It is a pure coincidence. When they told me what the registration was, I was like, Are you sure you're giving me the right car?
Yeah.
Are you sure you've registered it right? That is what the DVLA assigned to this car. So maybe they were having a giggle themselves.
Maybe. So yes. So this doesn't have the same. This doesn't have the same engine as the UK version. So the UK gets this. I'm going to go nerdy, so I do apologise. It's got the K20A2 engine, whereas this engine is the K20A, so it loses the 2 at the end. What that basically means, in essence, is it has more power. So this has 215 horsepower, whereas the UK version got 200 horsepower. So not much in it, but there's different valves, and the actual architecture of the engine is a little bit different. This car is also a bit more rev happy as well. So this car gains 350 extra revs compared to the UK car, and it is also a little bit faster to 62 miles per hour. The UK car, well, the facelift, that did it in 6.6. This does it in 6.4. So, okay, it's only 0.2 of a second, but quicker is quicker. Right, I think we're going to bang a left here. Flipping Nora, that is pretty rapid, and even then I wasn't really giving it the full beans. Now, some of you may have noticed, well, you probably won't notice because I don't think you'll be able to see it too well, but the speedometer is actually still in kilometres and not miles per hour, so I do need to be mindful about what speed I'm doing. Although having said that, the speed will always read faster on here because I'm doing 40 kilometres an hour, which is about 25 miles per hour, give or take, and it's 30 through here. So this hasn't been converted. Normally Torque GT do this, but you chose not to because you wanted to keep the car a bit more authentic.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously that's my preference, but obviously I'm not driving it, so it'd be unfair for me to turn around to you and say, no, you can't do it. You know, it's your preference. I just opted not to change it, to keep it as original as possible.
Yeah, so I might convert it, I might not, I don't know.
Well, if you start getting speeding tickets through, you're definitely converting it.
Well, no, the thing is, this will always read faster, won't it? Because kilometres per hour is higher than miles per hour, so it might actually be worth keeping. So I may think, oh, I'm speeding. Oh, no, I'm not. So it might actually be a good thing. Going back to the performance side of things, the top speed is over 140 miles per hour, which seems insane for...
Is that double the speed limit?
For an old Civic. And the torque is 152 pound-feet, which I think equates to about 209 newton meters, or was it 206 newton meters? I did check it before filming, but it's a little over 200 newton meters. Other differences, again, quite an important one, is the limited slip diff. Now, the UK versions, they didn't get a limited slip diff, but the Japanese market did get a limited slip diff, which is weird because, you know, we were the one making the cars, yet we weren't getting, you know, the better car. We was having to make do with the European version, which is by no means a bad car. You have to excuse Patsy, she's quite tired. It's been a long day, so if you see her looking like she's going to nod off, it's not because I'm boring her. Probably is.
Probably am.
Yeah, but not quite VTEC, but that's still flying, absolutely flying.
You haven't told everyone his name.
No, so Patsy and Chris have named him Olav. Have you seen so many magpies in one place?
Be careful not to hurt them.
That had to be like at least 10 or something. So this car is called Olaf because he is all white. Oh, hello, cheeky Focus RS. Yeah, I'm not too sure on the name Olav. I might keep it, I might not. I'm not too sure. Oh, that's a nice rev change. Rev match, sorry. So what is the car like to drive? Well, it just feels so alive. It feels visceral. It
what?
Visceral, like
What's
raw.
that mean?
Like raw.
Does it? Oh.
Okay. Yeah, this is how a hot hatch, in my opinion, should feel like. Yes, you don't have the nice boostiness of a turbocharger or the kind of linear performance of a supercharger, but this car is all about really wringing its neck out.
Well, that's what the engine's made for.
Yeah, this engine is made to be used and used and abused, is what I was trying to say. So I've got all excited. This is basically an EP3 Type R that's been turned up to 11. Do you know how you get an iPhone and you get like an iPhone Plus or like an iPhone Pro? This is an EP3 Civic Type R Pro. This is the way how I like to think of this.
Fair enough.
Does that make sense?
It does to me, yes.
Yeah. So, as you may know, a bit heavy footed there. As you may know, earlier this year, I drove the UK version of the EP3, which is part of Honda's Heritage fleet, and that was a great car. But this definitely feels better. The steering feels better. Of course, the the car's a bit more rev happy. The VTEC is more aggressive.
Kicks in earlier.
Yep. No, for me, this is what the UK version should have been.
I think they should have swapped it around. This should have been the UK version, and the UK version should have gone to Japan.
Well, I think it would have been quite harsh for Japan, but right, let's bang a left here. Right, I was ready for a bit more VTEC. Whoa, whoa!
Shall we say it?
Go on.
1, 2, 3.
VTEC kicked in, yo! It has to be done. I know it's so cliche.
That might be my next tattoo. I'm joking.
But if you don't know, Patsy loves EP3 Civic Type Rs. Well, you like all Type Rs actually.
I do.
So when I saw the cover come off and I saw it was a Type R, I thought, yeah, that's typical Patsy. But I don't mind that at all, because sorry, I'm barely looking at the camera. I do apologise. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing because I don't know these roads and I'm getting used to the car. So if I'm not making eye contact with you, I do apologise.
He's been an antisocial fart.
Fart? Why fart?
I was going to say bastard, but that's a bit harsh. So I called you a fart.
Oh, yeah. We're not going down there. That's for certain.
Oh, wowzers!
Well, it's a Ford, so.
Oh, is that? Oh. Can you even drive through that?
No, that does it quite deep. You know what?
Should we go for a swim?
For the sake of the cameras, you know, actually, you got the little camera there.
Yeah.
Pass it here, please.
And that's a foot deep.
Yeah, that's.
What car could go through that?
There we go. So just to give you an indication of how deep that is.
Should I go and stick my crutch in it?
There we go. I've just realised this camera's about to run out of battery, and I've got to get a replacement. Oh, yeah, that is pretty deep. Oh, there we go. That's died.
Wowzer.
There we go.
That's what a Ford's meant to look like.
Yeah. So one thing I will say about the steering, compared to the UK version, it has been quite some time since I drove the UK one, but from my memory, I would say this car, the JDM one, the steering, it definitely feels more communicative, and it's not quite as vague as the UK version, and in my hands at least, it feels a bit more meaty, a bit more weighty. That was one thing that disappointed me about the UK version, was the fact that the steering just felt a bit vague and not overly heavy. Sorry, I'm doing off-roading in an EP3 Type R.
Get back on the tarmac.
Yeah, right. Just wait for that Audi to clear. Let's go. A little bit of torque here there. Brakes work, which is good.
Yeah, Audi's probably thinking, what is this person behind me doing?
He probably thinks I'm a right big yobbo.
Well, you are a little bit.
I have no idea what you mean. Oh, that is ferocious, isn't it? You alright?
Yeah.
I thought I'd hurt your neck or something.
No, I would have told you. My chocolate's mixing with my Frutella.
Whoa. Woof, woof. This is fast.
Stop.
And that's what I love about the EP3. It's just something about it. It kind of pushes your caveman buttons. I don't know. It's just, oh, the adrenaline.
Grabs you by the balls and shakes you about.
Oh, you're telling me. The seats. Now, as I said in my video of the UK version, for me they are set a little bit too high. However, these seats, they are fantastic because they really hold you in place well, but they're still comfortable. Yeah, I really do like these seats. Honda know how to make a good seat for a Honda know how to make a good seat for a Civic Type R, and the gearbox, again, Honda really knows how to make a good manual gearbox.
They know how to make good hot hatches and good fast cars in general.
It's fantastic. On our car, Patsy has got. So did Torque GT fit this?
Yes. So I purchased it. I got it sent to them, and then they fitted it for me.
So I have a Pioneer touchscreen in here, which I really like because it gives an older car a modern touch. So this does actually have Apple Carplay, which I don't have an iPhone, but still I've got Bluetooth. So where am I going? I've kind of got myself a bit lost. So yeah, I like the touchscreen because it's got Apple CarPlay, it's got Bluetooth, and yeah, I really like to connect my phone to my cars. So having this Pioneer unit, yeah, that's a very good touch. So for that, I'm very grateful. I literally have no idea where I am now. So the sun is now starting to set. That's quite blinding. Left my sunglasses at home. I thought it was going to rain today, so I didn't bring them. We're quite hungry. Patsy's quite tired, so I think we're going to end it there. I know this hasn't been the biggest kind of production value for this video, but I wanted to film this video as soon as I could. This car was only revealed to me a few hours ago, so yeah. So at some point I will do a video that's got a bit more glitz and glamour to it, a bit more polished, I'd say. And the car is dirty right now because it's quite wet today, even though the sun is out, but soon to be setting. Yeah, I could keep filming for hours and hours, but it really is time for me to bring this video to a close. There will of course be more videos coming with this car. A quick question you may have for me is, do I have any plans to modify it?
No,
probably not. I want to keep this car pretty much standard, keep it how it was out of factory. It's got a few little bits here and there like the stereo, but I don't really have any plans to modify it. So if you're expecting that, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this is the car really I want to keep stock. But yeah, there will be more videos coming, so if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to see more videos of this car, and indeed any other car I happen to film with. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If so, like, subscribe, ring my bell so you get notified every time I make a video. And until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.